would like to invite Sally and her co-author Ruslana from the US. It's a bit too late for her in the US, so we will invite them to go first to launch their book, and we will go second.
Thank you. I'm going to be the sharer, and Ruslana is going to my wonderful co-author is going to be the speaker. So this all oh goodness gracious.
Yes.
So I've got to share it. You are screen sharing. Can everyone see that?
So, Sally, you're not showing the, that's the feature.
Going?
Wonderful.
Continue to share.
Yay, great.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
First of all, just as the fact that I'm a little bit known to this company by this stage of the afternoon, but can I just welcome to those who don't know the wonderful Ruslana from Michigan, or she can introduce herself properly, but who has joined me, and Olga, who's a teacher, an elementary school teacher, and a very great practitioner on this endeavor. So I'll hand over to Ruslana. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sally. Yes, it is 22:52 on Sunday in Madison, Wisconsin, where I'm joining. So I really appreciate that I was able to go first with the book launch. Thank you, Sally, for the introduction. I am joining from Madison, Wisconsin, and I work as an independent consultant, and recently I've been training just lots of districts and teachers and teacher leaders in the WIDA standards, which is a framework for language development standards that's used in 41 states in the United States. And the latest edition was informed by systemic functional linguistics. So our book is, in a way, originally it started as a way to, as Sally invited me to this amazing endeavor, we wanted to create a pedagogical language toolkit for teachers in the United States. And then we expanded it to global audiences to provide basically an introduction to systemic functional linguistics, to be used by teachers that use various frameworks that have some connection to some version of functional approach. Not all of them draw exclusively on SFL, but we basically reviewed some frameworks that mentioned cohesion, nominalization, functional view of language, and we found that there were quite a few frameworks. In the US, there is 2 California ELD standards that are specific to California, obviously, and the WIDA standards are used in 41 plus states. Of course, Australian CARA standards, then the CIFR European Framework for Reference of Languages has some functional language approach in it. From Singapore, English syllabi, and from Indonesia, and from Hong Kong. And we wanted to then, so this book in a way is globally applicable, and we're quite excited about that. And the frameworks, of course, really want to illustrate how children, when they enter school, they learn to use language, they learn about language, and they will learn through language. And our book is for grades in K-8 classrooms. This is a table of contents. The structure for the table of contents came from the WIDA standards, which use, SFL, cohesion and density, and kind of introductory language for disciplinary learning, and grammatical complexity, precision of language. So these are the chapters in the book. Pretty straightforward.
Yes. Can I just add something there? That with these, kind of taking WIDA as our framework, we kind of focused in on not just trying to do all cohesion of language or all density of language, all the things that could contribute to density of language. Really, the density of language, for example, is focusing on the noun group and, does look at, the noun group as the storage house of meanings. And so, it gave us a chance to sort of look closely at the grammar, but with a discourse lens. So things like that, grammatical complexity, looking at clause combining and things like that. So we are, it looks more sort of discourse oriented in terms of the systems than it really is. It's very much taking on grammatical instruction in the context of discourse. Sorry, thanks, Ruslana.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And the entire, every chapter to really scaffold towards independence and autonomy of this view of language, we've created task-based pedagogical cycles. And the graphic on the left kind of goes from the bottom to the top, starting with we created either teacher-generated text or some student texts. So every exercise starts, of course, with text. And they represent various disciplines. We have lots of text from science. We love science, and we represented other disciplines as well in math texts and some text from social studies. And in the United States, we had quite a bit of a conversation about either language arts or how to name that discipline to be globally relevant. So I think we went to the US name to represent the disciplines. So these texts from these disciplines gives teachers an opportunity to engage with these texts and to analyze them. And then there is a language summary that is used as a guide for the exercise to do in step 3. And the language summary is basically represents the feature specific to that language feature, specific to that task cycle, not all of the cohesion in one table, but really carefully chunked and really carefully selected so that the focus and the zoom for the teacher to pay attention to that, for example, grammatical cohesion in that chapter 4. Then teachers complete the task, and then we have the answer key at the end of each chapter. And there is a brief reflection, almost like recasting, just for the teacher to affirm their learning. Oh, I am seeing that in narratives, this is how noun groups behave. So we recasted it in the reflection to affirm teacher learning. And then there is like a classroom idea, not to have to give ideas for teachers to really take it up and imagine it or envision it in their classroom context. So there is several text cycles in each chapter broken up. And that's
to say that from a pedagogic theory point of view, we're very much indebted to David Rose for his, wonderful kind of use of elaboration in the reflection cycle of a task-based learning, where, yes, we're very much affirming teachers and recasting teachers' knowledge, that they may have built up through the exercise and answer key and language summary, but also pointing to the tricky bits and extending knowledge that way. And also, those of you who know the grammar and meanings sort of books, you'll know that Susan Fates, the pedagogic queen in terms of my own learning experience, has been I'm very much indebted to her to this style of pedagogy that puts the teachers in a discovery kind of, or in a task-based kind of ownership, but gives so much scaffolding support in order to, kind of get to the place of learning that is going to be useful. Sorry, Ruslana.
Yes, so that's about a book. It's going to be available in March. We're very excited.
fabulous. I'll just go back to the first page so you can all see the cover, which is kind of cute, and the authors, myself, Ruslana Westerlund, and Olga Malin, who I'm sure you'll hear a lot of in the coming years as we get feedback from everybody about how it's going and you know, extending the ideas in it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's wonderful. Congratulations, Sally, Ruslana, and
Thanks.
Olga. Yeah, we really look forward to reading your book.